Hey world! So I don't know what it's like for you guys out there, but I've just got 1 month of school left. What that means for me right now is that things are really freaking busy, but in a month, I am going to be doing some pretty cool things. I have billions of great ideas, that is billions with a B, of YouTube things that I want to do during the summer, and today I am going to fill you in on the first such thing. On May the 9th, the day after we at the University of Nebraska finish finals, I am getting on a plane and I am going to China. It's a university summer abroad program, and I think that it's going to be a pretty incredible experience. Now, I know what you're saying. You're all saying, "Dan, that's great, but what about us? When you're in China, what are you gonna do with YouTube? You're not gonna just leave us, are you?" To you, I say, don't worry, I'd never just leave you behind. That is one of the coolest things about this China trip. Now, admittedly, while I'm in China, my videos are going to be a little bit different, but if everything goes as planned, you're actually gonna get to see more of me. See, the plan is to do a daily video diary about what I'm learning and doing while I'm in China. Now, the logistics of it might be a little bit funky. As of last month, YouTube was blocked in China, but even if YouTube can't figure out a deal with the Chinese government to get YouTube back up and running in China, I have a backup plan. I'll still make my videos like normal. I'll then email them to a friend here in the United States who will then upload it to my YouTube channel. It, if I do say so myself, is genius! We will get around the system one way or another. Unless we don't, which would really suck. So anyway, that's the plan. 3.5 weeks of daily China diary vlogging. Now, for the sake of being able to look back at this video when the trip is over just to see how wrong I was, or how wrong I am, I'm not sure which tense is proper in this situation. Anyway, right now, I am going to tell you my expectations of the China trip. What I expect to be the biggest differences between the United States of America and the People's Republic of China. Probably the biggest difference I'm expecting is just going to be the sheer number of people everywhere. Consider this. In terms of land area, China and the contiguous United States are almost exactly the same. China, however, has nearly 5 times the people. There are a plethora of statistics I could spout off to you guys, but the bottom line is that even though I know it's coming, I still expect to be just totally overwhelmed by the amount of people everywhere. Something that's already been pretty telling is the fact that the city that I'm going to be staying in, Xi'an, has been described as, quote, an average-sized city. Xi'an, by some estimates, is a city of 8 million people. That's more than twice the population of Los Angeles. If the city of Xi'an were in the United States, it would be considered enormous. It wouldn't even be anything close to considered average. That's ridiculous. Another difference I'm anticipating is in how we look at our governments. Here in the US, we have absolutely no qualms about voicing our opinion if the government does something that we see as objectionable. I get the sense that in China, people are much more reserved in criticizing their government, but at the same time, I also get the sense that the reasons why are nuanced and difficult to understand. As a political science major, this is something that's going to fascinate me, and I expect it to be something that I'm grappling with and trying to understand for the entire trip. Communication's gonna be another big thing. I don't know any Chinese. Now, I've actually had quite a few foreign exchange students in the past, so I've gotten pretty good at communicating with my hands and also with a minimal amount of English. But in China, for the most part, I'm going to be on the other end of the equation. People are going to be trying to communicate things to me with their hands with a minimal amount of Chinese, and I am the one who is going to be just sitting there, giving confused blank stares. Now, I know that a lot of people in China speak some English, and some of the people going with me speak some Chinese, so I'll get by, but I still just anticipate the whole language thing being complicated. A few other things I'm curious about but really have no idea about are, will my allergies be bad? Are there going to be new pollens and pollutants to make me sneeze and sniffle? What's the landscape going to be like? Will it be lush and beautiful, or will it be industrial and gross? What are the toilets going to be like? I mean, I really don't know. They could be anything from just holes in the ground to having fancy built-in bidets. I have no idea. Food, what's it gonna be like? I mean, I know that it's not supposed to be anything like the Chinese food we have here in America, but then, I mean, What is it? There are just a few of my lingering questions about my trip to China. Before I go today, I have a question that I want to ask you. What is the most interesting place in the whole wide world you've ever been? Or if you've never been anywhere that you consider to be all that interesting, if you could go anywhere in the world, where would it be and why? Post your answer as a comment below, and until next time, I'm Dan Brown, and I am out. Ow!
If you like what you just saw, if Dan put you in a state of awe, subscribe to him and click the orange button. It really means something. If you do that, that'd be really cool.